Ooh. I feel. Damn it! I can see him going both ways. What do you got? You guys. What do you got? I think that in
You
character,
try, but you
he'd
roll
be
a
more
d4.
likely to just slam it open, make all the noise. I also think he's a little bit scared. He's a little bit off balance, so he might try to be quiet.
He's off
I
balance
figure
because
I'm-
of his belly.
I
don't
think
he
Would
he
he be any good at it?
tries, but he wouldn't be very good at it.
That's
So
the thing. Like,
go for the
like,
D4.
if instead of just saying "fuck it," I make noise, it would be a D4 or a D6.
I
I'd
say
say
D4.
D4.
But that's if I even do it. Yeah, D4 then. All right, because if I do a D4, sure. Yeah, D4 is about right. I was gonna roll a D2 to see if I even bother trying to be quiet or not, but D4 is fair. So, all right. Like, oh, okay, guys, we'll get you out of here soon, and then we'll talk to your father about him letting you play with his tools when you shouldn't be.
It's a pair of bolt cutters.
Yeah, how old is Ricky? Like 17 years old?
It doesn't matter. Damn, I got it. All right. Part of me wanted to fail that roll.
Well, you don't know that it is a difficulty 4 task.
Oh, well.
It's a difficulty 4 task, but
All right, fair.
but it's Randall more accidentally doesn't make noise
Definitely
than
bumbling
purposely
on that
doesn't.
one.
Like maybe he goes to open the door, but he trips and pushes the door over, but it like forces it open with enough force that it squeaks like a little bit, but then it gets past the squeaky bit in its rotation, and it's fine.
Yeah, what he said.
He slides it open.
Nah.
He makes a large enough gap that he can pass through, and by extension, everyone else can follow.
Yeah.
Hey, Randall, how old is Randall?
I kind of always saw him as like mid-late 30s.
There you go,
36,
Chet.
37-ish.
There you go, chat. All right, continue.
Chat asked. Chat cares.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even checking the Twitch, the chat thing.
Mm-hmm.
Chat is love.
Chat is life. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to live in a world where chat is love. God, I've been to YouTube, man. I know what happens there.
My
You'll
chat's
be
normally
fine.
pretty
This
good.
this is Twitch chat. You'll be fine.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, we got the gate open. And I stick the...
You find yourselves in old Arabia.
Interesting.
Okay.
Frank starts moving swiftly to the right, where he believes the magic carpet ride is.
I trot along behind him.
You can actually see up
Let's
in
make this
in old Arabia there are pillars all over the place, dotting old Arabia, and to some extent moving out into the park proper. The wires have long since fallen from them, but they are the wires that would guide the magic carpet, which was essentially a sky view ride. Right, you get in it and it goes around the park and you just look around. There's really nothing more to it. If you've ever been to an amusement park with that type of ride, you know what I'm describing. And you see those pillars all around, but the wire, as I've said, is long since fallen from it. Still, the actual get on the ride building appears to be tall enough to perhaps breach the fence in question. I need a perception check from everyone who is perceiving things right now.
I'm going to be
I'm
taking
probably
photos of like the the fuck is
Dilapidated.
That's the
Dilapidated.
word. Thank you very much.
we
Dilapidated
go.
rides. So I'm not going to be paying attention to anything else really.
Well, you
Okay.
should still make a roll because you may accidentally
Damn it.
see while taking pictures.
Take a spoopy photo.
Hang on. Yeah, I'm just trying. I got to resize my box.
There's a face that isn't there in your photo. No, I'm kidding. So spoopy.
So, by the way,
Okay.
my rolls are as such because I'm not playing that I'm drunk.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
Dude, it's been
Ooh,
2
what
weeks. How are you
critically
still
failed.
drunk?
Yeah.
It's some really good
lot of
beer.
beer.
he's really committed to keeping that buzz.
Yeah.
Mhm, okay. Yeah, I actually I put my eye out. I was so bad at looking around.
You're like, you stick your own thumb in your eye and find the bullet, and you're like. Anyway, that was an old hat joke. No one knows about that except for Chet.
Flynn,
No.
Yo.
it's dark in Old Arabia because although in the park proper there are many overhead lights on the path, in Old Arabia in particular, there was one central light, and that is broken in the middle and fallen over. And so
Right.
Old Arabia is largely dark in the walking path department, except for some of the lights that radiate off of some of the buildings. So that makes it kind of understandable that Randall, while walking out in front of the pack, you notice just before he trips over a large camel in the middle of the path.
I do have my flashlight out.
Yeah, but you rolled a 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, my bad. Okay.
So you're not.
Jesus
you're not pointing
Christ.
you're pointing the flashlight at walls and looking
In my
around,
eye.
not where you're going. You trip over a large camel in the path.
Christ.
I'm like right behind Randall. I'm like, how did you not see that?
I'm no. What does the camel
you
look
shut,
mechanical?
You shut your face. You
The power
Darn.
the power mysteriously turned on when they were halfway through their exploration, which caused the lights to turn on, the music to turn on, and somehow the fence to become electrified and therefore unscalable or cuttable with wire cutters.
Yep.
This
They
kinda
actually
sucks.
went to the fuse box in part 1, unintentionally, but they passed it, and they found the actual breaker switch was bent into the on position in such a way that it could not be moved and turned off.
Humanly, by a human.
Probably not. Well, maybe. We don't know. Anyway,
Maybe a 10.
you guys take a closer look at this camel.
Yeah, I kick it. Damn thing tripped.
With the light on the camel,
Metal.
what you see is that it is a felt camel. That there is a strange metal pipe protruding from its stomach for some reason. And it is missing its head. And there is moldy old stuffing pouring out onto the ground.
As always,
That-
the silence is broken up with a series of flashes from Ricky Chase taking photographs of said thing.
Oh, flashes of light, you say? Well, there seems to be something on the corner of your eye.
Oh
Why,
my
this
God.
camel is just nearby the ice cream stand.
Yo,
and there
motherfuckers,
seems to be-
who's hungry?
I want Dippin' Dots. Can we get Dippin' Dots? Can we get Dippin' Dots? I really
Oh my god.
There seems to be something leaned up against said stand. Why do we all look closer?
Yep.
Mm,
Uh,
yes.
you said
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, do we have to roll for that, or do we just walk
No,
over
you
and
don't.
take a look at it? Okay. I mean,
Randall,
I want to go back and poke at the camel some more, but
I'm scared.
I'm gonna go take a look at what's glinting.
Randall, you turn your flashlight to this thing that the flashes of light from Ricky's camera briefly illuminates so that you can get a better look at it. What you guys see is another body. This body is dressed in incredibly ragged clothing and is not mummified, but is just a skeleton, strangely.
Keys.
As opposed to the other body you found, which was mummified. This body is a skeleton. The skeleton is hanging limply from the ice cream stand, where a piece of long, rusted piece of steel rebarb has been pierced through what was originally the chest cavity of this skeleton, pinning him to said ice cream stand. On the ground, besides various bones and pieces of clothing that did not manage to stay attached to this rotting corpse, you also find a
wait, is it a skeleton
strangely
or a
doctored
rotting?
up
Is it a? You said it was a
melee weapon?
skeleton,
Yeah?
but then you said it was a rotting corpse. Which one is it?
Well, it's a rotted skeleton.
Skeletons are
So
rotting
it's still got
corpses, Dave.
flesh on it. It's not just like a
I
skeleton.
mean, it's not, bleached bones in the desert status.
Okay.
It's 99% skeleton, 1%
Oh, okay.
those last stubborn tendons.
Sure. All
I
right,
mean, it's
continue.
not been
Sorry.
picked clean by anything. That's fine. Those are valid questions to ask. Don't worry about it, Dave. You're only derailing the entire description. Besides the pieces that have clearly fallen off of this corpse, unable to stay attached, what you can also clearly see is some sort of doctored up, complicated melee weapon, also made out of steel rebarb, that seems to be discarded at the destroyed body's feet.
What's it look like? I'm not gonna grab it just because I've already got what I think is my awesome axe.
That's
That
right.
is just
I
gonna
forgot about
explode
that
if I
thing.
So, but what's it look like?
It seems like the rebarb makes up the actual polearm part of the axe, much like yours did. Unlike yours, there are fabric of some kind has been wrapped around in various two places for grip, obviously, to not just be wielding metal on your hands, rusty metal on your hands. And it appears that some piece of some amusement park ride in the amusement park was used, pierced, and then bent to make some sort of bladed axe-like configuration on the top. Although it appears to just be, a piece of warped,
sharp rebar.
thin metal, it probably isn't particularly like aluminum or something. Not like aluminum foil, but like aluminum that was ripped off. And it's sharp, obviously, but it probably would dent or break or tear on a first or second use.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Gunter and Flynn. I'm like, do you guys want to take a photo with this thing?
Yes.
Like, hey,
Alright, so they'll
you guys
run
sure
up.
that's a good idea, kids.
I
Don't
ignore
let the chat
Randall.
negatively influence you, Dave.
Doesn't matter, man. We're doing it.
I'm gonna pass.
Alright, Gunther, run up there and stand up there and pose with the skeleton. I'll take a few snaps with you. Take it back to your class to prove you've actually been here.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna start poking.
This is
the,
exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start poking the camel again. Make sure it's like, just to see, is it a robot? Is it a camel? Is it dead?
So
Like,
I'd
has it
imagine
been killed.
Gunther would be doing stuff like,
Yeah.
you know, like, and I'd be
And
like,
then later, like, I grab one of the bones and I'm like,
oh, that's
that-
great, that's great, that's great, that's great. Hang on.
Can I officially think they're both morons?
Hey
Yeah,
man, you're
yeah.
part of the reason why we're here. You were the one that wanted to come
Flynn?
here originally. So.
Flynn, I'm just pointing this out. You're also a football player. You are officially a moron.
Yes.
You're supposed
That
to
doesn't
be.
mean.
Maybe he's just secretly he's an intellectual. He only joined the football team because it was expected of him, and
Even
deep down,
football teams
he
need
really
smart
wishes
people.
that he
Like
had
joined
come
chess
here.
club and speech and debate team.
I'm not going to write your
Fine.
character for you, but since you profess that you think what they're doing is idiotic, Flynn, I would like a perception check from you, since you're not focused on either of them.
Perceive the shit out of it.
Damn, you get eyes of a
Yeah,
hawk.
perception.
All right, I am secret messaging you, Jacob, to tell you what you see that everyone else
Yes, I do think you're pretty.
doesn't see because they're playing with a goddamn
Hey
skeleton.
man,
Oh, and at
I don't
some
know if
point,
it's
I'm
real.
gonna pick up the weapon at
Yeah.
some point.
We have no idea that it's real. We're kids, man. We see the skeleton being all like, and we're just like,
You guys-
hello.
Wait. You have no idea.
At this point,
you were literally strangled by a robot. Fucking the
Hey,
other guy.
Hey man, yeah,
And you
I
guys
pass
point-
that off as like the power turning on and mechanics going weird. That's what I pass that off as.
Anyway,
Mhm.
I have sent the secret message to Flynn so that he knows now what no one else has perceived. Meanwhile, I will describe to Randall what he has discovered about this corpse of a camel.
We're still playing around with the skeleton. I have a bone in hand.
I know you are. I know you are.
I'm going to motion to the guy. I'm gonna maybe not say much, but I'm just gonna basically motion guys say something like, guys, Frank, and I'm just going to start running after where Frank is going.
Huh?
Before that happens, Randall, so I can get through this goddamn description that you guys keep interrupting. Randall You are kicking and messing around with the camel corpse. It is soft, but if you kick quite hard, you will eventually encounter with your foot something very hard in the center. Do you investigate in any other way?
I just kind of want to see what it is. I'm not like ripping it apart and like using science on it or anything. I just want like, is it a robot? Is
Randall cuts open the tauntaun with his lightsaber.
Well, and if it's a robot, were they able to kill it? How do they?
And that is the result. What else do you do if you want to find out more?
I'm just trying to see. What I want to know is, was it killed and how was it killed? But
it appears to be made out of felt and stuffing, so that's sort of a disingenuous question to ask.
Oh, I thought it had like the cords coming into it in a pipe and shit.
It has a pipe coming out of the stomach.
Oh, but it's like a stand.
I don't know.
Oh.
You're just kicking it.
Actually, that fits.
What do you want from me? You can't just say,
I didn't know if it was a robot or not. Well, the thing, I was saying
you can't be like, I want to know it's a robot. Okay.
No,
well, what else do you do besides
the reason
kicking?
I said that is I was trying to figure it out in my head what I would do to get to the point where I could ask that.
That's fine.
So I won't get it.
That's all right.
But
once you figure that out, I will be able to answer the question.
Yeah. Well, in that case, you're like, well, can I pick it up? Is it big, small?
It's a camel.
So it's the size of a camel.
Like actual camel size, and not like a little toy stuff.
It is attempting, whatever facsimile it is indeed attempting to be camel-esque in its nature.
All right.
As you go to pick it up, this would be about the time that Flynn says something. You guys aren't really, you're sort of busy. He says something, and then he starts moving off.
I'm like, hey, what you getting all squirrely for there? What's your name?
Well, you see Frank is in the distance, having left, and Flynn is following quickly. And
I'm like, oh shit, come on, Gunther, we gotta go.
Okay, with bone in hand, I will go up and I swoop up the weapon.
Yeah.
It's quite hefty, Gunter. This is like,
I'm a football player?
It's easily the weight of a barbell weight without the
Jesus
weights
Christ.
at the end. It's a piece of steel rebarb.
I put in work, dude.
Yeah, well, you're a football player, so I'm willing to say you're capable of picking it up without a roll, but there will, of course, be
rolls to use it. Okay.
If you ever had to use it, it would be quite hard, but maybe. Anyway, Frank is long leaving.
All right.
Do you stay and persist in this investigation, or do you follow him, Randall?
No, it seems like it was a stuffed animal, so it was more than anything. So I'm going to follow Flynn.
I'm basically running to try and catch up.
So, yeah. Then I'm like, hey, what's your name? What you getting all? What you running for? What you getting all squirrely for?
You see Frank leaving. You don't need to ask him. He's following.
I know Frank wants to get the hell out, but why did he suddenly he's spooked? I noticed he's spooked, but I still.
He doesn't seem spooked. If anything,
I didn't say
he looks annoyed.
Yeah, I literally said I didn't say I was spooked at that point. I was just saying, guys, Frank's going.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll follow.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna go try to catch up to Frank and just to pretend that I'm leading or that I'm an authority figure. I don't think he's that far away, is he? So.
He left.
I was just making fun of you being fat.
No, I know.
Bad guy. You might be a little winded catching up at this point. Maybe a little. He's certainly not.
But yeah, but I'm gonna try to be right at the front of the party, like the hero of the story. I think I am. So. Get up and axe over the shoulder, flashlight being held up so I can hit people with it, just in case.
So, axe is like, flashlight.
Wait a minute, did we have a castrated penis in one of the die party games that I'm not aware of? Is that
what?
No.
No,
it's just chat.
I didn't do it twice.
Dude, this is great for YouTube.
Yeah, perfect for YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Continue, Mr. Wreckage. What do we see now that we've caught up to Dearest Frank?
On the right, you pass something labeled restrooms and also
Murder.
Yeah, there's restrooms. It clearly looks like it also goes through the wall so that you could access it perhaps from both sides. But that just passes on your right as you continue to progress with Frank in the lead towards the large sort of Aladdin fake, not what anything in Arabia has ever been actually built like.
I can show you the world.
Yeah, it's basically the palace from Aladdin, because which is never. But that's what it looks like. It's a very large building. Well, when I say very large, it's 2 stories, which is hopefully sufficient to be up over the wall. You see, much like you saw over at the haunted castle, a neon sign blinking or perhaps shattered in places that says tickets, and has the sort of shopping trolley fences that would herd people into a pre-constructed line for this attraction. Obviously, no one is waiting in line. Frank and Randall, since you've caught up, you guys are out front. The door to the attraction is closed. It's a larger than a normal door because it wants to accommodate people passing through this archway. It appears to be a metal door of some kind, and yeah.
Is there an employee's entrance or like a back room we could get to somewhere? I figured there's gonna have to be a way to get to the top of this thing.
Yeah.
So I start looking around.
Also, it's safe in the employees' rooms.
Yeah.
Well, this is just the door to the attraction, and this is what you see at the front of the building.
Okay.
You do not know if there is a separate employee's entrance or if there is employee stuff inside or what.
If I don't see anything just right in front of me, I'm gonna walk in through the big door.
Well, it's hefty and it doesn't open willingly.
I say, why don't you use the bolt cutters?
Hey, there. You see a lock in there, Sonny Jim boy? All right, then I say you keep quiet when we're trying to figure out how to get you out of here. Then
I flip him the bird.
I'm not even paying attention. I've already turned around. I'm
That's fine. Like I'll do it to your back, man.
One squinted eye.
I'll be like,
So,
Thought you probably.
no, I'm not. I'm
much
not
of
like
a
trying to be
sissy to do
badass.
it-
It's like he's
to
just
do it to
not
his
paying
friends.
attention. So,
yeah.
Um,
No,
all right,
Ricky's a
and,
sissy, man.
Hey, Frank.
big
Hey,
sissy.
you,
Ricky's
one of
just
you two
full of
sport
salt.
football people. You guys mind giving us a handle, putting a shoulder to the door there?
Want
to try to force the door.
Yeah, Flynn, you got it. I my hands are full. I have like beer and a skeleton bone and like this weapon. I'm just like, yeah.
Hey,
Oh, man.
hey,
I'm
Gunther,
just going to make a-
why don't you throw your bone in my backpack here? I got plenty of room.
Yep. Okay.
That's what she said.
Shrink.
I mean, there's probably room for some of the packs of beer too.
Nah, I don't want
Oh.
to carry that. That's too heavy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him carry
Okay,
that.
fine. But
Stick the bone in.
with the addition of the weapon, Gunter, you are now encumbered.
Boom!
All right. How many beers do I need to drink?
Oh god.
He's gonna be messily vomiting on the floor. Not from fear.
I'll produce a funnel from my
Okay.
backpack.
If you want to do this, you
Yeah.
would have to drink one whole pack of beer.
So
You're
what's that,
already,
6 or 12?
Drunk. So you'd have to do an entire pack of beer to be unencumbered
An
with the
entire
melee
pack.
weapon as well.
Do it!
Um,
Do it.
Please no.
I'm gonna
At
start,
this point,
I'm gonna
at
start
this point-
drinking.
At this point, as a concerned friend, I'm going to start taking the alcohol away from him.
No. Don't
Yeah,
take
my-
alcohol away from an alcoholic.
With Tollcutter's just complete inability to choose the right thing to do, he's gonna say, "Oh, them kids they're harmless fun. It's no big deal. Let him do it." So
Thanks on
No.
my side.
I'm not.
No,
I'm on
I've
the
seen
worst
him-
side every
I've
time.
I've seen him when he gets like this. I'm telling you.
I know. There
there's-
was one time at a party, and I swear I will never do it again.
I'm sorry, but no.
Right.
I'm making sure that will never happen again. Just snatch as much of his beer away from him as I can.
It's not a cool thing.
all right.
I'll take away the beer that makes him encumbered.
You're gonna carry the beer?
All
Yeah.
right. Well, now I am still, mostly drunk, with a giant sword.
Let's do it.
it's more like an axe or
With a
maybe
giant
halberd.
axe. With a giant
like
halberd.
Yeah.
And
That is-
my
yeah.
Albert.
All right, so now no one is encumbered, but you no longer have the beer that you nearly lost your life to have, Gunter,
I mean,
because now
no.
Flynn has it.
yeah, I'm
Uh,
holding on to it.
Speaking of which, we still have this door in between
Mhm.
you guys and the building that you are interested in.
So what's
Being
Frank
in.
doing in all of this, out of curiosity?
It hasn't been even like 10 seconds.
So is he just standing there looking at the door, scratching his head?
He tried it along with Randall, and found it to be hefty. And I mean,
Was it-
that's
Is it
I'm
like
going to-
locked or is it just stuck?
it's hard to tell.
Okay.
I'm,
Because
I'm going to test.
It
I'm
doesn't
going-
have the type of handle that would, for example, turn anyway in the
Yeah.
first place.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you can't turn it and see that it doesn't turn. All you know is that when you push on it, there's no give.
You know, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna try pulling it.
Oh,
I don't think wreckage is that bad.
And
of
I
a
turn the
GM.
knob.
Yeah, just because I want to make sure that it's not a pull door that we're trying to
I mean,
through.
we ran
Which
into
would be
something like
hilarious.
that in Wrath of the Minotaur.
High or low, Randall?
High or low? I'm gonna go low.
Oh god.
Pulling on the door successfully opens it.
Motherfucker, are you serious? God damn it!
I think this is the second door-related silliness we've had in Die Party.
It opens, and it opens clearly all the way. There's even a nice little latch that clearly keeps the door open on the outside. And you can see that the inside of the door has like a big poster for the Magic Carpet Ride, so that it would typically be open and part of the sort of advertisement for the Old Arabia proper. So yeah, that all makes concise sense. Inside the Magic Carpet Ride, what you find is a So it's much like the Haunted Castle ride, where we had a little track where the carts would run, and that was still going, just there with like the desiccated remains of carts and the metal bits that they were still attached to. So it's very similar to that in that all the wheels are still running for this Magic Carpet Ride, but what you see in the back of the room is that all of the actual magic carpets, quote unquote, which are just sort of like ski lift type things, have been stacked. And with the wires down from those towers, the wheels are just spinning. There's clearly a place where the cart would come down to ground level. And then there's also, you can see on the second story of the building, a big hole in the wall where they would come out. And on the opposite side, on the second story, another hole where they would come in and down. So the entire thing is meant to come in the building, go down to the ground floor, pick people up, and then come out and go. However, with no cable and no carts, it's just whirring and going.
Okay. I'll tell everyone what we found in the haunted castle. That there was generally like a sort of a hidden back door that needed to be pried open across the other side of the tracks. So it might be similar here as well. We just need someone to open it.
Last time we went to
What
one of those
kind of
places,
hidden
you
door?
got strangled.
Yes, well, we need to get to the roof of this, and if anything,
Yeah.
the strangling, like, okay, so to give everyone an idea, the way that I passed off the strangling was that it was, in my mind, just machines wearing up and acting strange for the first time. So to me, it's not really a sign of like, ooh, spooky animatronics coming to life to kill you.
And
So-
in my mind, I'm probably
Your character's
As
kind of dumb, isn't he?
He's not dumb. He's just realistic.
Strangely enough, Flynn, your
He's-
character seems to know a lot of things.
The floor is wooden.
I'm
Random
bas-
duct tape 3.
by this point, I'm thinking that my character's just seen enough horror movies, so at least part of it is just paranoia.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
mean- Yeah, to be honest,
And
I'm playing the straight man here. Like I'm not gonna unless I literally see an animatronic walking around. I'm not gonna bother. This thing was attached to the wall. It had
Perception
cables coming
check.
out of it. Perception
Perception
check.
Just kidding. No, I'm not actually kidding. I need a perception check Ricky, if you're taking pictures, as you have been.
Yeah. Just assume I'm always taking pictures. And...
Ooh.
All right, so Gunter, in your drunken state,
I see clearly.
you make a
So
sort of
drunk I can
realization.
see.
You make a realization. The inside of the building is done up and decorated with sort of pastel paints and Middle Eastern style archways and etc. But you make the realization of this, which is that although the inside is heavily decorated, clearly the ceiling of the room you're in goes all the way up into the towers and everything. So the entire building that makes up the Magic Carpet Ride is
One giant floor.
it's a giant shell. The inside's all decorated and fancy, but there isn't necessarily an internal second floor, certainly, to this facility.
Okay. So
there's got to be some way to get up there for maintenance.
well, we don't even know how close this is to the fence.
Yeah.
So we gotta figure
we
out.
saw
Look at the
that
map,
it
right
was pretty close.
It is pretty close. I mean, you know that it has to be kind of close to the fence because on your patrols, the towers loomed over. They were there. Like so, they've got. I mean, you don't know if it's 2 feet or 4 feet or 5 feet or maybe even 10 feet, but it's certainly not like 50 feet from the fence.
Okay, cool. So it's probably all right. Now with the ride thing, so the ride is completely broken, or if we manhandle a car on there, would it actually run
There's
through?
no
thing?
cord,
Oh, gotcha.
so the cord's fallen out.
All right, so it's completely busted.
And that's the cord that conveys the things. So yeah, there aren't carts on the thing, but that's not the most of its problems.
Okay. All right, then. In that case, I start looking for a window that's near to the fence. Start looking for the closest way. Like I'm just trying to. I'm just poking around, I guess.
There are no windows,
Nothing. Okay.
and you're still on the ground floor. So
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna just go across the other side when it's safe, like when there's no carts going past or anything, and I'm gonna try and press on the back wall again and try and
yeah, it's perfectly
Yeah.
safe to move about in this room because unlike the haunted castle with the cord gone, these wheels are spinning, and the wheels might be dangerous. You could get like a hand or a foot caught in them, and you would get your foot torn off. But there isn't ever anything passing through this line, so you can just move throughout. If you don't move in the center where these wheels are, you'll largely be fine and safe.
Okay.
So yeah, you can move across.
All right, so I'm gonna try that back wall again where it was in
Yeah.
the haunted castle.
I'm gonna follow the camera kid, the nerd kid who doesn't really like authority,
Real quick.
who plays with his dad's tools.
Can we take a quick break?
Why are we? Okay, sure. We're taking a break.
I guess. I mean, sure.
If you have to take a break, we can take a break. Why?
I don't have to, but I can run to the bathroom real quick if we do.
All right, so guys, we're gonna take a break because Gunther needs to pee. He needs to break his piss seal. So
Sound like a 14-year-old girl.
we're gonna do that. We'll be back in a few moments, like maybe 2 minutes or so. Don't go anywhere because we're not going anywhere. We're just gonna go to the bathroom at the same time. Definitely
Metal.
not weird. Anyway, guys, we'll be
In our
back.
seats.
Hey, we're not holding hands.
We'll be back.
All right, cool.